Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Baptist College as we are ready for NCCAA softball here on the campus of TBC on the west side of Jacksonville. The Eagles are playing host to the Barons of Brewton-Parker College. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau, and Jaden Robertson working the camera for us here this afternoon, and we hope you're ready for a good, exciting matchup between the Eagles and the Barons. Trinity Baptist College comes into today's play with a record of 2 wins and 5 losses. They played well yesterday at Edward Waters University, but the NCAA Division II Tigers won both of those games by scores of 4-0 and 8-0. TBC hit the daylights out of the ball, but just could not find any holes. And they're back here this afternoon, hoping that they can keep swinging the bats well, and the ball will find some green grass. Meanwhile, the Barons of Brewton-Parker College are 1-1 so far this season. They split a doubleheader at Point University on Wednesday, February 8th. Point won the first game 6-5 in extra innings, and then Brewton-Parker put a 5-inning shutout on Point in game number 2 by a score of 8-0. Lana Fletcher doing the pitching for Trinity Baptist. And for the Barons, it'll be Lakin Brown. And we'll tell you all about Lana Fletcher in just a moment. Pull up a chair. A lot of excitement here to come at Trinity Baptist College. Lana Fletcher so far this season, 1 win, 2 losses, 4 appearances. This will be her 4th start of the season. Fletcher has 2 complete games. She has pitched 18 2/3 innings, allowing 25 hits, 16 runs, but only 11 of those earned. She has walked 12 and struck out 5. Here's the batting order that Fletcher will face. Center fielder Alexi Bradshaw, shortstop Alyssa Usry, designated player Abby Flowers, second baseman Mackenzie Tripp, third baseman Chloe Strickland, and we'll tell you more in just a moment as Fletcher is ready to deliver the first pitch of the ball game. And it is tapped towards first and into right field, and a 1-pitch single for center fielder Lexi Bradshaw. Batting 6 will be first baseman Jocelyn Witten. The catcher, Kaylin Snellgrove, hits 7th. In right field is Skylar Strickland, and batting 9th will be left fielder Ashley Wilson. I remember a lot of these names from when the Barons were here last year and split a doubleheader with the TBC Eagles, but a much different Eagles roster as we have seen so far here in 2023. Bradshaw, one of the returning players, doing what she did a lot on that day in 2022, and as she's on the move, and the throw by Wells is not in time, so a base hit and then a stolen base, and the Barons in business. 2 pitches into the game, have a runner at second with nobody out. Kylie Duhigg is playing third. Cheyenne Simmons at short. Taylor Foster playing second, and Madison Hamilton at first. There's a drive into the right center field gap. That will score the run. Shaw cuts it off, gets it in towards second, but it is not in time, and that's an RBI double for the shortstop, Alyssa Usry. And she didn't even give me a chance to mention her name, let alone what she has done so far this season. 3 pitches in, and the Barons lead 1-0. Brings up designated player Abby Flowers with a runner at second and nobody out. So Fletcher in a jam, nobody out, trying to get out of it, and the first pitch misses low and inside. Runners going, to throw to third is in time. Morgan Wells cuts down Usry, trying to take the extra base. The ball didn't get that far away. Wells pounced on it and got the out at third, 5-3. So 1 away, base is empty, 1 run is in. Abby Flowers is 2 for 7 with a home run and 3 runs driven in so far this season. And Usry a moment ago picked up her second RBI. Usry's batting .333, 2 for 6 so far. This is only game number 3 for the Barons. Lexi Bradshaw led things off, and the junior is 2 for 5, now 3 for 6 on the season with that base hit, the stolen base, and then the run. And a stolen base for Lexi Bradshaw. That was her first of the season. 2 balls, no strikes. Flowers at the plate, chops one foul to the left side, and the count is 2-1. Fletcher pitched a complete game yesterday at Edward Waters. She allowed 4 runs, but only 2 of those were earned. In the field, infield and outfield, the Eagles made no errors in either game, but some balls got by the catcher, accounting for 5 unearned runs in the 2 games combined. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Abby Flowers, a designated player. Barons have gotten a run here in the first. In case you're just now joining us, still a whole lot of action to go. And Fletcher winds and delivers, and there's a fly ball hit well towards left. Brown reaches up and makes the snow cone catch over the shoulder. That's Ohana Brown out there in left field. Misjudged the ball at first, and the ball kept on carrying, but Brown, who has very good speed, was able to turn around, go get the ball, and hang on. So 2 outs. Base is empty, and second baseman Mackenzie Tripp is at the plate. So far this season, Tripp 2 for 6. She has driven in 1 run. Fletcher winds and delivers. There's a ground ball hit pretty well towards third. A throw to first is in time. Kylie Duhigg doing the honors. What started off promising to be a very big inning for the Barons ends up as 1 run on 2 hits. And good defensive plays by the Eagles in the field. And so the Eagles come to bat for the first time, trailing 1-0, and this is the batting order that Coach Ray Regulacion has put up. The catcher Morgan Wells will lead things off. Second baseman Taylor Foster will bat second. Madison Hamilton bats third. She's playing first base. The cleanup hitter is Cheyenne Simmons. She's playing shortstop. Center fielder Ashley Shaw will hit fifth. Batting sixth in left field, who just made that great catch, Ohana Brown. Lana Fletcher, the pitcher, will bat seventh. Kylie Duhigg is playing third, and she'll bat eighth. And rounding out the batting order will be right fielder Kaylee Burnett. And on the mound for the Barons, wearing number 11, Lakin Brown. This is her second appearance, second start, 3 1/3 total innings so far. Brown has allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And again, this is only game number 3 for the Barons. So lefty Lakin Brown in the circle, towing the rubber, and the bottom of the first will be underway very soon. TBC Eagles basketball ends its regular season this week. Thursday, both the women and the men will host Johnson University of Florida. The women tip off at 5, and the men will follow at 7. And then the season finale this Saturday afternoon in Trinity Gymnasium when Southeastern Baptist College comes to Jacksonville. The women begin at 12 noon, and the men will follow at 2 p.m. That Johnson game is also a home game for the Eagles. Then the basketball South Region tournaments, both of them begin next Thursday at Johnson University in Kissimmee on Thursday, February 23rd. Morgan Wells will lead things off for Trinity Baptist College. And Brown's first pitch slipped out of her hand and missed low and outside. Morgan Wells is hitting .250 so far. 5 for 20. She has driven in a couple of runs. This is game number 8. And Brown delivers a chopper that's cut off, and a throw to first is off the mark. That'll be a base hit for Morgan Wells. Tough play in the hole. She may have had the throw beaten anyway. So Wells, just like Lexi Bradshaw for Brewton-Parker, leads off with a base hit. So a runner at first, good speed, nobody out, and second baseman Taylor Foster at the plate. She is 3 for 14. She's also walked once and driven in a run. And Lakin Brown delivers, and Foster tried to get down to sacrifice and fouled it off to the right side. You may have noticed we had a little technical issue as we tried to get things going a little while ago. Rebooted everything. Hopefully, no more problems. Foster digs in. Brown is ready. And the pitch. Foster fouls this one off again to the right side. Wells was already standing on second base by the time Foster was halfway down. So Wells certainly would have made it to at least second, and third base was wide open. It took left fielder Ashley Wilson to make her way in and make sure Wells could not get two bases. Now let's see what Foster has in mind with two strikes. And she takes one just off the outside corner, a very close pitch. And the count is 1-2 Morgan Wells singled the infield variety to start things off. A ball and 2 strikes. Brown delivers to Foster, and that one's hit hard but pulled foul, and a good stroke by Taylor Foster. She's a slap hitter, but when she gets hold of one, she can smack it, and she just missed that right field line. And with Wells' speed, at least third base, possibly home. 1-0 Barons. They got that run in the first, thanks in large part to the speed by Lexi Bradshaw. And the pitch. There's a bouncer that's going to at least advance the runner. To flip to first is in time. So 4-3 on the ground out, but a productive out and a very nice at-bat for Foster after falling behind 0-2. She does move Wells into scoring position for first baseman Madison Hamilton, who is hitting .214, 3 for 14, 1 homer, 4 runs driven in. And she laced that homer into the teeth of a very hard wind blowing in against Thomas last Saturday afternoon. She hit that ball like a bullet. 1 ball, no strikes as that one misses outside. Hamilton, one of our many freshmen on the roster. And a pitch from Brown. That one had a whole lot of tail back right over the outside corner. An excellent pitch by Lakin Brown. Count even up at 1-1. Let's see if the Eagles can cash in that leadoff base hit, just like the Barons did. That pitch, a changeup that misses up and in. 2 balls and a strike. Brewton-Parker looked like they were going to have a big first inning, but Fletcher settled in and got 3 outs. One of them on the base pass, then got Flowers and Tripp. Hamilton lines one towards second, a bounce, so the throw will go to first. It is in time. Jocelyn Witten almost came off the bag, but she was able to hold on, so another 4-3 put out. 2 down. Wells does advance to third. That ball short-hopped the second baseman, Mackenzie Tripp, but she made a nice play to snare it and get the out. So it's up to Simmons, a cleanup hitter, and the shortstop. And she takes a first pitch right down the middle. Simmons is 2 for 6 this season. She has also drawn a walk. Base hit here would score the run, but with 2 outs, it's going to take a knock. The 0-1, and a changeup misses upstairs. Wells coming all the way in. Might have been trying to draw a throw, if not make sure she gets a good break in case the ball got by the catcher. That catcher is Kaylin Snellgrove. And Brown delivers. There's a high fly ball, well hit towards left. It's on its way back. It is gone. Cheyenne Simmons puts one over the fence down the left field line into my obstructed view, and the Eagles lead 2-0. I wasn't sure if that ball would stay fair. It started to hook, and from where we're sitting, there's a little bit of an obstruction in our view, so that ball sails out of here, and the Eagles lead 2-0 on the 2-run homer right down that left field line. Well, the Eagles swung the bats very well at Ed Waters yesterday. Couldn't find a hole. Now an infield single and a 2-run homer. And for Cheyenne Simmons, a sophomore, her first of the season. Brings up Ashley Shaw with 2 outs and the base is empty in the first pitch off the outside corner. So 1 ball, no strikes. Foster hit a couple hard hit foul balls in her at-bat. Hamilton lined one towards second after the chopper for a base hit by Wells, and then the bomb by Simmons. 2 balls, no strikes. Great way for the Eagles to come back after giving up the run in the first. And Brown delivers. There's a chopper foul. And that evens the count. No, makes it 2 balls and a strike. Eagles baseball will travel down to the Miami area this Friday and Saturday. They are taking on the Atlanteans of USCAA Atlantis University. That's a 3-game series. 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. That one fouled off into the net, and that one will even up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lana Fletcher must be happy to see that home run. She now will pitch with a lead. Of course, she's hoping it's more than one when she takes the mound again, and Fletcher is the on-deck hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brown winds and delivers. A changeup. Had Shaw out in front. Shaw tried to check her swing on the inside pitch, but went too far, and that does retire the side. First strikeout for Lakin Brown, but 2 runs on 2 hits and nobody left. After 1, it's 2-1 TBC. We go to the top of the second. The Eagles lead 2-1. And hitters 5, 6, and 7 are due up for Brewton-Parker. Chloe Strickland, Jocelyn Witten, and Kaylin Snellgrove. I'm Ray Bureau, and doing our camera for us this afternoon, Jaden Robertson, Trinity Christian Academy graduate, TBC Eagles men's soccer player. Lana Fletcher allowed 1 run on 2 hits in the first. And that one, she tried to put a little spin to it, and it spun out of her hands and low for ball 1. Good job by the Eagles to bounce back after giving up the early lead. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch is a fastball that misses outside to Strickland. Chloe Strickland, a junior, in the box with a count of 2 balls, no strikes. She's hitting .286, 2 out of 7. Swings and fouls this one back. She got a pretty good stroke on that pitch and just missed doing a little bit of damage. Strickland has also driven in 1 run. She has scored twice as well. So a ball and a strike. And Fletcher, our senior, winds and delivers and misses low for ball 3. Count is 3 balls and a strike. Fletcher has walked 12 batters in 18 2/3 innings. And the 3-1 on the way. And ball 4 was chased inside and then fouled off. And fortunately for the Eagles, Strickland got way out in front of that one because that ball went a long way, but well foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chloe Strickland leading things off here in the bottom of the second. And a pitch from Fletcher. Ball 4 misses outside, and a leadoff walk. Not the way Fletcher wanted to start the inning. And with nobody out and that runner at first, the first baseman, Jocelyn Witten, will step to the plate. Fletcher checks her sign and is ready. And a pitch. Bunt attempt is fouled off. Jocelyn Witten, 2 for 7 so far on the season. No balls and a strike. Witten has driven in a run. Tried to move the runner on that first pitch. Strickland drew the walk to start the inning. Not sure what the delay is. I think there was a loose ball down in the left field corner. That is the case, and we are now ready to resume. So no balls and a strike to Witten. And Fletcher winds. Witten squares around and fouls another one off. So she's down 0-2. We'll see what she has in mind. Head coach of the Barons, Mr. Madison Herron, assisted by Sadie Brewer, and the student assistants, Madison Thomas, Savannah Cook, and Noelle Smith. No balls and 2 strikes. And Witten takes strike 3 on the inside corner. Wells came up ready to fire to first. And there's 1 out. First strikeout of the afternoon for Lana Fletcher. That'll bring up the catcher, Kaylin Snellgrove, the senior from Augusta, Georgia. And Fletcher's first pitch is it's called a strike. I thought he said ball, but then he held up that right hand. Snellgrove has driven in 1 run, no hits yet, in 4 official at-bats. Strickland walked to start the inning. Fletcher got a strikeout. This one's in the dirt and gets by the catcher, and that will allow Strickland into second base. That will be a wild pitch charged to Lana Fletcher. That was the undoing of the Eagles in yesterday's doubleheader. Balls getting by the catcher. Otherwise, Trinity Baptist played flawless defense, no errors in either game. And again, they struck the ball well all afternoon, but that Tigers defense, every time I see them, they make terrific plays. There's a hot shot towards third. That's going to get under the glove of Duhigg, and that's going to be an error on the third baseman. Wouldn't you know it, right as I say, they played flawless defense yesterday. The next pitch allows 2 on with 1 out. And it brings up Skylar Strickland, the right fielder. Skylar Strickland at the plate. She is 1 for 6 on the season, and she takes the first pitch low and inside. No RBIs just yet for Strickland. But she has an opportunity right now, and the Eagles' defense is giving her all kinds of room on the ground up the middle. 1 ball, no strikes. Chloe Strickland out there at second base. And ball 2 misses upstairs. Skylar, a senior from Augusta, Georgia. Ball 3. That one was close, but just out of the zone. Chloe Strickland out there at second base, a junior from Effingham, Georgia. 3 balls, no strikes, and ball 4 will load the bases. 2 walks and an error sandwiched in between have opened the door for the Barons. Ashley Wilson, the left fielder at the plate, the number 9 hitter. So far, Ashley is 3 for 4 on the season with 1 run driven in. And she's looking to drive in 1, 2, or possibly 3 more. And the first pitch, she pulls this one right toward the Barons' dugout. And no balls and a strike. Fletcher now trying to get out of a jam. She walked the first batter, got a strikeout, a missed ground ball, then a walk. Loads of bases with 1 out. Infield playing tight, looking to at least get that force out at home. Fletcher checks her signs. And ready, and a pitch. There's a line drive into center field. That'll score 1, possibly 2. Here comes a throw to the plate. It is not in time. That's going to be a single, 2 runs driven in for Wilson. She then takes second base on the throw to the plate. Snellgrove scores. Strickland scores ahead of her. And the Barons have gotten those 2 runs right back and lead 3-2. Skylar Strickland goes first to third. The walks and the error have come back to hurt the Eagles, and now the center fielder Lexi Bradshaw at the plate with runners at second and third and 1 out. And a pitch. And that one misses inside. That base hit right up the middle for Ashley Wilson. 1 ball, no strikes. Fletcher winds and delivers. And a chopper towards short. They're going to get no throws. Simmons looked like she wanted to come home, but by the time she realized she didn't have the play, Bradshaw had beat it out. That infield single drives in a run, and it's 4-2. Wilson also advances to third. Bradshaw to take off like she did in the first. Wells relaying the first and third signals from the dugout. That's the first hit of the inning, but the third run just scored. And the pitch. There goes a runner, a pop-up that's going to get over Simmons and into left field. A run scores. That's a danger of pulling the infield in. A blooper that normally would have been caught turns into an RBI single for Usry, and it's 5-2. Wilson scores. Bradshaw to third, and on the throw, Usry takes second base. There's a line drive past Simmons, and that'll roll to the fence. 2 more runs are going to score. That's Abby Flowers pulling into second with a 2-run double. That was a vicious line drive. And again, a couple of walks and an error opened the door, and the Barons have driven right through. 7-2. This is Mackenzie Tripp, the 9th batter of the inning, and she takes a strike. Walk, a strikeout. Error, a walk, a single, and a double. No balls and a strike. Fletcher winds and delivers a line drive foul down the left side. So the count now 0-2. 6 runs have scored. No balls, 2 strikes. Tripp digs in. Here's the pitch. There's a tapper towards second. Eagles will get the out at first. Flowers advances to third. There are 2 away. Brings up Chloe Strickland, who started the inning by drawing ball 4. She worked the count full. And then the next pitch was just a little bit off the corner. And the first pitch from Fletcher is a high fly ball towards left. Brown going back near the fence. It is up against the fence. It'll stay in play. A run will score. And then Strickland pulls into second with an RBI double. Look for a moment like that ball would have a chance to get over. It hit the top of the fence. Flowers scores in a 7-run inning for the Barons. Timeout as Wells goes on out to the mound. Jocelyn Witten will come to the plate. This is the 11th batter of the inning. And Wells still talking with Fletcher. That'll give Witten and Snellgrove a chance to get together. The runner at second, Chloe Strickland, on for the second time this inning. That one just missed getting over the fence. Jocelyn Witten was called out on strikes her first time up. And Fletcher is ready, and the pitch. And a fastball misses high. Well, Fletcher pitched 7 innings yesterday. Now, softball pitcher's motion is a whole lot more natural than a baseball pitcher's, and we've seen Fletcher pitch many innings back-to-back. There's a drive into left. That's a base hit. Brown has trouble picking it up, but the run would have scored anyway, and the inning continues. The run is unearned, but it is on the board. And the RBI single for Witten. Kaylin Snellgrove at the plate. She reached on an error earlier this inning. Ended up scoring the second run. Third overall. Fastball's high. Wells throws to first, and the runner's back in time. 9-2 the score. Fletcher back on the rubber. The 1-0. That one slips. The ball's in the dirt. The throw to second is not in time. That will be a wild pitch. Charge to Fletcher, her second. And Witten now at second. 2 outs and time called. Coach Regulacion wants to talk to Fletcher and the entire infield. We'll pause here ourselves, and we'll be right back. Ready to resume. Kaylin Snellgrove has 2 balls, no strikes. A runner at second, 2 outs. 8 runs have scored in this inning, and Fletcher winds and delivers. High pop foul out of play to the right side. The Eagles will have Brown, Fletcher, Duig, and Burnett due up in the bottom of the second. Count of 2-1. And a pitch to Snellgrove is called a strike. Two balls, 2 strikes. Fletcher trying to stop this big rally. And a 2-2. Line drive into center field. Shaw coming in. Won't get there in time to throw to the plate. Is late. And another runner takes second on the throw. Eagles outfielders have not hit the cutoff during this inning, and that's taken away force outs at second base. So credit Snellgrove with a single, taking second on the throw. Another unearned run is on the board, and it's 10-2. Skylar Strickland at the plate. And Fletcher delivers a first pitch, called a strike. Eagles outfielders again not hitting the cutoff on any of those throws, allowing the Barons to take extra bases. No balls and a strike, and a pitch. That one misses outside. So the count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner at second. And ball 3 misses low and in. Check that, 2 balls and a strike. And Fletcher ready, and the pitch. There's a drive into right field. That ball's going to be on the ground. And a throw again, misses the cutoff, but this time the runner holds. RBI single for Skylar Strickland. And the Barons, like I said earlier, got an opening, and they have just hit, and hit. (11-2), a 10-run inning. And Fletcher is ready, and the first pitch. High pop-up, will stay in play. Wells makes the catch, and that ends the inning. Barons, though, get 10 runs, and we go to the bottom of the second. It's Brewton-Parker 11, Eagles 2.